I am joined with manager Warren Feeney after a very entertaining 2-2 draw with Salisbury. Entertaining, Warren, but frustrating for not winning the game, surely.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to go in there and then after the game, say this and said to the players. Look, I know they're disappointed. I thought we were standing today. Two goals have done us that we really should have dealt with. But you look at the chances we missed as well. You'd probably enough chances there to win 2 games, get on to 3 games. But you look how far we've come since we've come in with the staff. That's what we're just speaking about. We're creating chance after chance after chance after chance in games. The players are playing with confidence. And look, they're a good bunch. I said that there. I want to keep a lot of them because I think we can have a right go next year. You've seen what we've got. Get a good pre-season under us. And you can see the fans at the end. We're all disappointed, but the fans give them a clap them off the pitch, which is all they want to see. And you could see the way Salisbury celebrated at the end with the point. So it says a lot for where we've come from, and I wish them all the best for the rest of the season.
Is the remainder of the season about getting experience into the players that you want to keep for next year to get you on that front foot to give you a real title push next season?
I think it's momentum, but you look with no Jordan Thompson, with no Calvin today. I thought Brooke was outstanding, filled in it right back. But you're looking at your bench, and you're pushing Ewan out there who's been out for 5 weeks. And you look at it, that's no disrespect to the other players there, but I want to get a good pre-season under some of them. And you're missing players that you would want to bring on, and you can't. It's just where we are. So at the end of the day, we've got to get on with it. There was a lot of players when I first come in. We've had to cut it, but you can't fault the players' effort out there. All I ask for is to be competitive. Then players are being competitive for me and the staff, and it bodes well for next year.
Despite the missed chances, there were 2 wonderful goals in that game from our point of view. Talk us through Jake McCarthy's. It reminded me a little bit of the Blakey goal I scored.
Yeah, you'll probably not get 2 better goals this season. I said that at half time. But it was a funny one today. We scored 2 great goals and missed easy chances. But look, that's football. But as I said to you, look, Jake's got that in his locker. He's come in. He's got 10 goals already now, which is a great return for a midfielder. Bears for me is probably a little bit better than Jake's because his left foot, he had to get over the ball, the direction, the ball sat up high. I think the one Goody hits the post right before half time, that goes in. I think it's game over. But as I said, that's football. But look, I'm not going to come in here and talk about this and that. I thought they were outstanding today, and this disappointed with the goals conceded, but it moves us forward, and we'll be going to the board and the chairman and the club to try and get the boys tied up for next year.
And Torquay on Monday, quick turnaround again. How are you going to prepare the lads for that one? Bear in mind, Charlie Rowan, I think, went off injured.
Yeah, he did. We'll see. Jordan Thompson will probably be out. Charlie's obviously injured, and we've got to see how Calvin is. But look, it's going to be a great game. We have a lot of respect for Torquay. He's a good friend of mine, Watsy, and I want to go in there and beat them. But I'd love to see him take Torquay up because they're a great club. And obviously with the relationship with us and them has been fantastic. But look, it's going to be a great game for us. They'll have a big crowd there, and over the bank holiday day period, it's a great time to be a footballer. But we'll reassess the boys, see what we've got, and put a team out there to be competitive, hopefully win the game.
Warren, thank you very much.
Thank you.